Okay guys, so after Sunday's trading, I did say I was going to look at that race where I had the big loss and do a bit of sort of a breakdown on it and a bit of analysis, and yeah, just give people a bit of an understanding of, you know, in hindsight where I went wrong, what I was feeling at the time as well, and yeah, what not to do basically. So this is really important part of your trading. It's not something that everybody likes to do. They don't like to look back, review where they've made mistakes, especially, you know, big mistakes, because they don't want to relive that moment. But it is a massive part of your trading journey, and yeah, it just goes to show that, you know, I thought I was past this point, and yeah, I really feel I was at one point, but it's certainly come back to bite me in the arse on this occasion. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. If you've got any comments, please feel free to leave them. I will try my best to answer them, and yeah, leave it there. Okay, so you can see from the arrows 4 minutes out, I've already got a stake in there for £104 at the crossover at 2. Now I've been looking at ladders 2 and 3, ladders 2's drifted, ladder 3 hasn't really been doing a lot, but they're both pushing at the bottom of that range, and I think there could be opposition. I'm also looking at the amount of traded volume in and around the 2.0, and also there's a fair bit of money on the lay side there, so I'm feeling quite comfortable at this point with that position. Yeah, I definitely feel that there's opposition there, and that if it touches down, I'm quite comfortable to get that matched at the minute. So I'm just sort of highlighting the traded range here. Bang, in comes that massive lay stake. Now look, that's dropped us straight down by about 9 ticks. I should be out by now. If that had gone through me normally without that big stake, I would have probably been out at a couple of quid loss, maybe 196. I feel that there could be a retracement here, and I'm sort of holding on until, you know what, the pain's too much at this point, and yeah, I'm getting out. I've almost doubled that initial loss if I'd just been a bit quicker to react, and just took it on the chin rather than being married to my original thought process. So I'm looking at ladders 2 and 3. They haven't moved out massively, but yeah, they're not really showing any signs of strength either. There's not a lot of money being matched on them. I'm thinking, for whatever reason, you know what, there could be a retracement here on ladder 1. So I'm just about to enter a stake, and yeah, there we go. I've entered that stake on the lay side again. Ladder 3's pushing a little bit, ladder 2's pushing a little bit, ladder 4's not giving us any help. But is there a lot of money being matched on ladder 2 and 3? No. You know, and it's really sort of jumpy on ladder 1, and I'm just not feeling comfortable. Ladder 3 starts drifting out quite quickly, and yeah, I'm really feeling uneasy at the minute in this trade. So back out again, added another £1. What do? I'll move straight over to ladder 2 here, and I'll stick a stake in at the crossover. 2 stakes and then a third one at 6.2. And what am I doing here? I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm literally, it's a fear of missing out here. I'm feeling stupid because I've made that big mistake on ladder 1, and I've tried to just flick over to ladder 2 far too late in my entry, and yeah, it's drifted out. Now look, I'm now chasing it up. This is completely against my trading plan. Okay, I'm now chasing it up at that price, and just trying to get a match. And what was going through my mind at this point in time is, I've got to put this video out on YouTube. I look like a right dickhead. Everything I've been saying for the past sort of month, I've just gone completely against that. And there I go again, I'm back in on the lay side on ladder 1. And I'm looking at the lineup now, which is, you know what, arguably the most sensible thing I've done throughout this whole episode, really. At least I've got some kind of reasoning for entering that trade, because you know what, the likelihood is it is going to drift a little bit. And that's exactly what starts happening. You can see that on ladder 1. But again, what do? I'm just sitting there, I'm waiting for some kind of mad swing trade. I could quite easily be sort of skipping in and out for a few little scalps here. But even so, it is going in the direction that I wanted. You know what, I could have shaved a couple of quid off that loss now, and I think it even goes up to, you know, £5.5. I try and get out at the last minute there, can't get out, the price is chasing down. I end up literally being back at square one, where I was when I first exited the trade to begin with. So yeah, moral of the story is, you know what, I felt comfortable. I don't think I did necessarily anything wrong when I initially entered the trade. I might have been in a little bit early, but my reasoning was sound enough. What I didn't do was get out at the point where it went wrong, and I should have just cut my losses straight away. Now I know this. Maybe the problem being is that, you know what, this sort of thing hasn't happened to me in a hell of a long time, because I haven't been trading. And yeah, it happens. You know what, sometimes a big stake will come in the market. Our job really is to make sure if it does go against us that we react to it quickly, get out, wipe our mouths, reassess, and move on. Now if I had reassessed quickly, I would have been, 1, out for probably a £4.5 loss. 2, I could have sat and monitored, and I could have caught either ladder 2 or ladder 3 out when they were going out on a drift. Arguably ladder 2, because by the time I sort of realised that move looked quite strong, I probably could have caught that before the crossover. But yeah, just a real sort of lesson there in what not to do. Not for the fact of entering the trade, but when it goes against you like that, you need to get out quickly, calm down, reassess, and don't just sit in waiting and hoping. That's the biggest mistake you can make. So yeah, it's a good video to put up. It is a little bit embarrassing, as you can imagine, but at the same time, you know what, I'm quite glad now, in hindsight, that it did happen. I was able to show you that. So yeah, we'll leave that there.